Adiz was the most beautiful woman in the village. Her skin glowed like polished bronze. Her smile could stop men in their tracks. Her laughter sounded like music. But behind that beauty hid a secret so terrible that people whispered it only at night. Adiz's body smelled like a dead man. At first, people thought it was a rumor. But soon, the rumor began to walk with her. When she entered a room, people shifted their seats. When she passed by on the road, some covered their noses. Yet Adiz walked proudly, as if nothing was wrong. She believed one thing strongly: beauty is enough. This is the story of Adiz. Adiz grew up in Obins, a farming village where red earth roads stretched between compound walls and the smell of cooking fires filled every evening. She was the last born in a family of 7 children, 6 boys, then her. Her father, Papa Adiz, was a successful yam farmer. Her mother, Mama Adiz, sold palm oil at the big market 2 villages away. From birth, Adiz was treated like a precious jewel. Her mother never let her touch dirty work. She boasted to everyone, "My daughter will marry a chief. Look at her beauty." While her age mates learned to cook, Adiz played. While others fetched water, Adiz rested. While others helped their mothers pound foo-foo and wash pots, Adiz sat under trees braiding her hair. Her mother always said, "She is too beautiful for hard work. Her hands must stay soft for her rich husband." But there was one thing Mama Adiz insisted on: cleanliness. Every evening, without fail, Mama Adiz bathed her daughter herself. She scrubbed her with black soap. She rubbed her with shea butter. She plaited her hair with care. Adiz was always clean, always fresh, always beautiful. The elders warned Mama Adiz many times. "You are preparing a girl for marriage, not for display. Teach her to work." Mama Adiz only laughed. "My daughter's beauty is her wealth. She will marry well." And she did marry well. Very well. When Adiz turned 19, a wealthy trader named Obi came to Obins. Obi owned 3 shops in the city. He wore expensive clothes. He drove a car. He was educated and respected. When Obi saw Adiz at the market, he stopped walking. He asked his friend, "Who is that woman?" "That is Adiz, the beautiful last-born of Papa Adiz." Obi went straight to her father's house that same day. Within 3 months, marriage preparations began. Adiz's family was overjoyed. The bride price was generous. The wedding was grand. People came from distant villages to see the beautiful bride. Adiz wore a white gown that sparkled like stars. Her makeup was flawless. Her smile was radiant. When she walked down the aisle, women whispered, "She looks like a queen." Obi could not stop staring at his bride. He felt like the luckiest man alive. After the wedding, Obi took Adiz to the city. He had rented a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment. The floors were tiled. The kitchen had a gas cooker. There was running water and electricity. Everything was modern and clean. Adiz looked around in wonder. She had never lived in such luxury. Obi kissed her forehead. "Welcome home, my wife. You will be happy here." For the first week, everything was perfect. Obi left for his shops early in the morning. He returned in the evening with food already prepared from a restaurant. They ate together. They talked. They laughed. Adiz felt like she was living in a dream. But on the 8th day, Obi came home early. He wanted to surprise his wife with flowers. When he opened the door, a terrible smell hit him like a slap. He froze. The smell was thick, heavy, and rotten, like something had died inside the house. "Adiz," he called out, covering his nose. She came out of the bedroom smiling, wearing a beautiful dress. But the smell followed her like a shadow. Obi's eyes widened in shock. The smell was coming from her, from his beautiful wife. He tried to stay calm. "My dear, when last did you bathe?" Adiz laughed. "This morning." But Obi knew she was lying. He had been married long enough to know what a freshly bathed woman smelled like. This was not it. He did not press further that night. He opened all the windows. He sprayed air freshener. He tried to ignore it. But the next day, the smell was worse. And the day after that, even worse. Obi realized something horrifying. His wife did not bathe. Not regularly. Not properly. Maybe not at all. The beautiful woman he married, the woman who glowed at their wedding, had been bathed by her mother her entire life. Now that she was alone, she did not know how to take care of herself. Or worse, she simply refused to. Obi tried to talk to her gently. "My love, in the city, people bathe every day, sometimes twice a day." Adiz yawned. "I bathed yesterday. Yesterday was 4 days ago." She shrugged. "I will bathe when I feel like it." Obi was stunned. He could not believe what he was hearing. Days turned into weeks. The smell grew unbearable. Adi's hair became matted and dirty. Her beautiful clothes could not hide the odor that clung to her skin. Her breath smelled foul. Her body odor filled every room she entered. Obi begged her, "Please, my wife, you must bathe. This is not good." She became angry. "Are you saying I smell?" "Yes," he said honestly. "You do." She threw a pillow at him. "You are wicked. You married me for my beauty, and now you insult me." Obi was confused and heartbroken. How could someone so beautiful be so careless? He bought her expensive perfumes. She sprayed them on top of the smell. It made things worse. The mixture of perfume and body odor was sickening. He bought her scented soaps and body lotions. She left them unopened. He begged her with tears in his eyes. "Adiz, I love you, but I cannot live like this. Please change." She turned her back to him. "If you are not happy, go and marry someone else." Obi could not sleep beside her anymore. The smell on the bed was too much. He moved to the couch. Neighbors began to notice. When Adiz walked past them in the corridor, they held their breath. Some covered their noses. Children pointed and whispered. One night, Obi decided to try one last time. He sat Adiz down and spoke from his heart. "My wife, I did not marry you to suffer. I married you because I loved you. But love cannot survive in this condition. If you do not change, I will have no choice but to send you back to your family." Adiz laughed in his face. "You cannot send me anywhere. I am your wife." Obi's heart broke completely. He realized she did not respect him. She did not respect herself. She did not care. That night, Obi packed a small bag. He wrote a letter and left it on the table. The letter said, "Adiz, I cannot continue to live this way. I have begged you, cried to you, and pleaded with you. You have refused to change. I am going to stay with my brother until you decide to take your hygiene seriously. If you change, send word to me. If you do not, I will begin divorce proceedings. I am sorry, but I must protect my health and my dignity." When Adiz woke up the next morning, she found the letter. At first, she laughed. He will be back. Men always come back. But 1 week passed. No Obi. 2 weeks. Still no Obi. 1 month. Silence. The rent money stopped coming. The food stopped coming. Adiz was alone in the apartment with no money and no skills. She tried calling him. He did not answer. She sent messages. He did not reply. Reality began to creep in slowly, like cold water rising. After 2 months, the landlord knocked on her door. "Madam, your rent is overdue. Where is your husband?" Adiz had no answer. "If you cannot pay by next week, you must leave." She had nowhere to go. No money. No friends in the city. She had been too proud to make any. With shame burning in her chest, Adiz packed her things and returned to her village. The same village she had left as a celebrated bride. When she arrived at her father's compound, her mother opened the door and almost fainted. The smell hit her like a slap. She screamed, "Adiz, what has happened to you?" Her father came out. His face fell when he saw his daughter. Gone was the glowing bride. Before him stood a woman with matted hair, dirty clothes, and a smell that made him step back. "Papa," Adiz whispered, crying. "Obi has sent me away." Her brothers gathered, shocked. "What did you do?" one of them demanded. She could not answer. Mama Adiz took her daughter inside, away from the stares of neighbors who had already begun to gather and whisper. That night, the family sat together. Adiz's father spoke first. "Tell us everything. Why did your husband abandon you?" Adiz looked down in shame. For the first time in her life, she told the truth. "He said I smelled. He said I did not bathe. He begged me to change, but I refused." Silence filled the room, heavy and thick. Her mother's face crumpled. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "My daughter," Mama Adiz whispered. "What have I done to you?" Adiz looked up, confused. "Mama." The old woman covered her face with her hands, weeping. "I bathed you every day of your life. I never taught you to bathe yourself. I thought I was loving you, but I crippled you." One of Adiz's brothers spoke harshly. "You were too proud. You thought your beauty was enough. Now look at you." Adiz wanted to defend herself, but she could not. Everything they said was true. Her father stood up. "Beauty fades. Character lasts. You were given beauty, but you wasted it with laziness and pride. I warned you and your mother." That night, Adiz cried until she had no more tears. The next morning, Mama Adiz woke her daughter before sunrise. "Get up. From today, your life changes." Adiz was confused. "Mama, what do you mean?" I will no longer treat you like a child. If you want to eat, you will cook. If you want to be clean, you will bathe yourself. If you want respect, you will earn it. Adiz was terrified. She had never lived that way. But hunger does not wait for readiness. That first morning, Mama Adiz led her daughter to the bathroom. She handed her a bucket, black soap, and a sponge. Bathe. Scrub every part of your body. Wash your hair. When you finish, I will check. Adiz stood there, trembling. She did not even know where to start. Her mother's voice was firm. If you do not bathe properly, you will not eat breakfast. For the first time, Adiz had no choice. She filled the bucket with water. She stripped off her clothes. She began to wash. It was harder than she thought. Her arms ached from scrubbing. The soap stung her eyes. She did not know how to wash her hair properly. When she came out, her mother inspected her. Your neck is still dirty. Your feet are not clean. Go back. Adiz wanted to cry, but she obeyed. By the third attempt, she finally bathed properly. Her skin felt fresh for the first time in months. The terrible smell began to fade. Her mother nodded. Good. Now you will do this every morning and every evening. Adiz learned to cook. She burned soup. She undercooked rice. She cut her finger chopping vegetables. But her mother did not help her. Pain is the best teacher. She learned to sweep, to wash clothes by hand, to fetch water from the well. Her hands, once soft and delicate, became rough and strong. Her body, once lazy and slow, became active and healthy. Her mind, once proud and foolish, became humble and wise. The villagers watched in amazement. Is that the same Adiz who married the rich man? She has changed completely. Months passed. Adiz was no longer the same woman. She woke up early every day. She bathed twice a day without being told. She worked hard. She helped her mother at the market. She learned to sew and started making small money. She was clean. She was disciplined. She was responsible. But every night, she thought about Obi. She wondered if he would ever forgive her. One afternoon, as Adiz was selling vegetables at the market, she saw a familiar car pull up. Her heart stopped. It was Obi. He stepped out slowly, looking around. When his eyes found her, he froze. The woman before him was not the one he had left. She was clean, neatly dressed, and glowing with health. Her hair was well plaited. Her clothes smelled fresh. Her eyes were clear and humble. He walked toward her slowly. Adiz. She stood up, her heart pounding. Obi. He looked her up and down in disbelief. Is this really you? Tears filled her eyes. Yes, it is me. They stood in silence. The market noise faded around them. Finally, Obi spoke. I heard you came back to the village. I did not believe the reports that you had changed. I had to see for myself. Adiz's voice shook. I was a foolish woman, Obi. I destroyed our marriage with my pride and laziness. I do not ask you to forgive me. I only want you to know that I am no longer that person. Obi studied her face. He saw sincerity. He saw humility. He saw transformation. How did you change? He asked. Suffering broke me. My mother rebuilt me. I learned that beauty without cleanliness is disgrace. I learned that a wife must respect herself before her husband can respect her. Obi's eyes softened. I never stopped loving you, Adiz. I only stopped being able to live with you. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand. He took a deep breath. If you have truly changed, if you can maintain this discipline, I am willing to try again. Adiz fell to her knees. I promise you, Obi, I will never go back to that life. Never. He helped her to her feet. Then let us start again. Slowly. Properly. They did not rush. Obi visited her every week. He watched her. He tested her commitment. He saw that she woke early, bathed regularly, kept herself clean, worked hard, and carried herself with dignity. After 6 months, Obi brought her back to the city. This time, to a new apartment. A fresh start. Adiz kept her promise. Every morning, she bathed before sunrise. Every evening, she bathed again. She kept the house spotless. She cooked healthy meals. She took pride in her appearance and her home. Obi watched in amazement. You are not the same woman I married. She smiled. No, I am better. Their marriage blossomed. Neighbors admired them. That couple is so beautiful together. And their home always smells so fresh and clean. A year later, Adiz gave birth to a baby girl. As she held her daughter, she made a vow. I will teach you to be beautiful inside and out. I will teach you to work with your hands. I will teach you that cleanliness is not optional. I will not make the mistakes my mother made with me. When her daughter turned 5, Adiz took her back to the village to visit Mama Adiz. The old woman wept when she saw her granddaughter. Clean, disciplined, and respectful. "You have broken the cycle," Mama Adiz whispered. "You have become the mother I should have been." Adiz hugged her mother. "You corrected your mistake, Mama. That is what matters." Years later, women in the village began inviting Adiz to speak to their daughters. She would tell her story without shame. The pride, the laziness, the terrible smell, the abandoned marriage, the suffering, and the transformation. She always ended with the same words. "Beauty can open doors, but only character can keep them open. A woman who does not respect her own body cannot expect others to respect her." Cleanliness is not just about water and soap. It is about dignity, discipline, and self-love. Do not let anyone, not even your mother, rob you of the skills you need to survive. Learn to take care of yourself, because one day, you will have to. The young girls listened with wide eyes. Some cried. Others nodded. Adiz looked at them with compassion. "I was once the most beautiful girl in 3 villages. But I was also the most foolish. Do not be like I was. Be better." Today, Adiz runs a small business selling handmade soaps and body care products. Her home is a place of peace, cleanliness, and love. Her husband respects her. Her children are well trained. Her community admires her. She is no longer known as the beautiful wife whose body smelled like a dead man. She is now known as the woman who rose from shame to become an example of transformation. And whenever someone asks her the secret to her success, she smiles and says, "I learned that real beauty starts with respecting yourself enough to take care of yourself. Everything else follows." Thank you so much for watching this powerful story of transformation. If Adiz's journey touched your heart or taught you something valuable, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to this channel for more inspiring stories. Remember, it is never too late to change. Until next time, stay clean, stay disciplined, and stay inspired.